Good morning, y'all. Y'all already know what I'm doing. Ooh, I gotta go to the credit union today, y'all. I'm gonna be making a deposit, not a withdrawal, but a deposit. Let me let this window up. I want some good fresh air to come in here. I'll be making a deposit. Matter of fact, I'll be making a deposit into two separate credit unions. Ooh, and tell you the truth, it's not even my main account. It's just money that I put to the side in two other accounts. Because I was always told that uh, a dime of your own money is better than a dollar of anybody else's. Okay? Yeah. I had people to teach me those things. I wasn't taught to scam people and run hustles on people and scheme and plot on people and try to take from people and try to sabotage folks and all of that. You know, a lot of folks is in a real bad way. And let's talk about that. I can't imagine having a over $4 million judgment that I have to pay. Have y'all contributed yet to that? Because you do know that everything is in overdrive now, right? You do know that what she's doing now, which it hasn't ever stopped, is even more now. And I think it's maybe to make herself feel better. She's digging into these different celebrities' finances and stuff. If somebody is having some kind of a financial problem, she's putting a spotlight on it. As if that's gonna, I don't know. Maybe YouTube will reward her for doing that. Because God knows they got thousands of lawsuits in the pipeline for them. Y'all, karma is such a beautiful thing. Matter of fact, let me lay back and enjoy the feeling that I have. Because karma has always had my back. It sure has. Ooh, it has had my back, and the universe too. I don't want to leave that out. Karmic justice is real, y'all. Curses is real too. Be careful what you do to folks, okay? Be careful what you plan for people. The hole you dig for me, you may end up falling in it. I've seen it happen, y'all. I sure have. And some things are how they should be. Shout out to Kaylee. She's $6 million richer, and that ain't even counting the settlements from Snapchat and Tic Tac Toe. you know. So I'm sure she's doing fine. Am I trying to find her and, swindle money out of her? No, I imagine there were some people, if they could find her, that's exactly what they would be doing. It wouldn't shock me if folks ain't emailing her. Oh, submit this and submit that and maybe trying to get, I don't know what they're trying to get, probably her bank account. But I'm sure she's learned her lesson. And some folk never learn, y'all. That's probably why. What's her name? I'm not gonna call her name. Everybody know who I'm talking about. Everybody. What blogger do you know is in the red for over $4 million? That person. Well, you already know what they're doing. I'm mad, y'all. Haven't y'all been over there watching that and entertaining? Make sure you give as much as you can. Now, I'm going to be making a deposit, but go to your bank or go to your ATM machine and make a withdrawal. Okay? Make a withdrawal and contribute. Contribute to all of that, malevolent, wicked activity, you know, and all of that. Believe me, y'all, ain't no blessing up in none of it. You think it's a blessing to have thousands of lawsuits pending? Like Martin Lanier said, it's going to start to sting after a while. And believe me, there are more that haven't even been created yet. It's going to start to sting these apps. 4 million here, 6 million there. Million after million after million after million. And I see they ramp things up over here on Tic-Tac-Toe. Ooh, the different things that they is giving away. I imagine if you stay on here for 24 hours in a day. It's morning time here. I slept. At night, I sleep. Now, there are some occasions at night that I create, but I sleep. Oh, and I don't want to forget about this either, y'all. Remember, I was telling y'all about my Twitter? Yeah, it's not suspended. I knew it wasn't suspended when I posted. See, what I did was I posted something yesterday so that these evil, wicked, demonic entities would have a reason to be happy. So I posted something to lead them to believe. I even posted the screenshot of the email that Twitter sent me saying that, there was all whatever violation and then the account was suspended, which it was suspended. I was like, how come I can't like nothing no more? Where are all of my bookmarks? How come I can't save anything anymore? Why can't I bookmark anything anymore? Um, but all of that has been resolved. I don't know how long it's been resolved because when I was suspended, listen, life went on. I didn't have a meltdown. You know why? Because I'm not hooked. I'm not addicted. I ain't been on here for some of these folk been on here, I think since 20, I don't know. I think some of them been on there for about 20 years. I don't know how long. And all of that. Um, and then some folks is tweeting tens of thousands. If by now, I'm guessing they probably have tweeted hundreds of thousands of tweets. Probably so they can get people to, if they can get 1% of those people to go to their YouTube channel and watch Google ads. And yo, I have watched ads. Out like when I listen to Luther Vandross, I'll watch the ad if I listen to Luther Vandross. Um, if I listen to Shaka Khan, I will watch the ad because I'm listening to Shaka Khan. I don't watch. Those are about the only ads I watch. As far as just on here watching ads, like logging on, because I believe me, y'all, there are some flunkies that do that. You have to be a maniac and a lunatic to log on to an app, right? Here's what they do to prove that whoever it is, which I won't call, I told y'all I don't utter the names of evil. I don't utter the names of demons. I do not utter the names of devils. But here's what they would do. I guess to make that entity feel like that they're so much grander and so much better than me. They've spent years creating playlists, and if I had to guess, those same entities, those flunkies, those fools, those feeble-minded, flunky-ass fools, log on to their phone. A lot of them probably ain't even working no more because they done lost their jobs. But they log on to their phones, and I guess they watch them ads into the thousands. Probably so they can get what, $2 or $3? Whoever can get $2 or $3. And they've been doing that every day since they heard of me. I don't have to do anything. I already know you out of your mind. I already know you're suffering with mental illness. But shout out to Karma. All 10 of my fingers work. Both of my hands work. I haven't been hiding the use of one of my arms for going on 7 years. Okay? But shout out to Karma and shout out to the universe and shout out to karmic justice, y'all. It works. Shout out to Kaylee. Shout out to Mark Lanier. Okay? As far as the abscesses, let the abscesses do whatever it is that the abscesses do. Uh, it's not going to change those thousands of lawsuits that are in the pipeline. It ain't going to stop now payment, now judgment. Kaylee will not be the only person that gets paid. Okay? She won't be. The attorneys have been watching. They're tuning in. They know how to go about doing it now. Mark Lanier paved the way for that. He's a pioneer. He defeated Google and Meta simultaneously at one time. You don't hear people talking about him. Nobody's going to talk about him. I will give him all of the props. If I've ever loved a pastor, I love Mark Lanier. Pastor, he's a part-time pastor, Mark Lanier. Wonderful man. He's done some wonderful things, you know. And y'all, I don't want to tell you do not forget to Google Bubba Copeland. You'll find out what happened to him. Okay? There was a chain of events that started. Okay? When he did what he did, it started a chain of events. Okay? And there are some people that are no longer here, just like he's no longer here. But he's not the only one that's no longer here. Okay? Susan, what's her name, is no longer here. Her son is no longer here. Some people, even before Bubba Copeland, they couldn't use their arm. They were hiding their arm because their arm no longer worked. Okay? I can't imagine going 6 minutes without the use of my fingers and my hands and my arms, let alone approaching 70 years, you know? But anyway, getting back on the topic at hand, she's miserable. And I imagine she is miserable, you know? Because YouTube is going to make sure that your views continue going down, down, down. So that means you're going to have over 1 million people who devote their life and every minute of every day of their life for don't know how many years to propel you and hold you up to make it seem like you're winning. Okay? But Cardi B is the one that's winning. Y'all help Cardi B get her money. Make the payment to the GoFundMe. I don't know what the minimum is. Give whatever you can. Okay. I will be making a deposit. I will not be making any withdrawals. Okay. Not over no app. You think I'm going to break my back trying to hold somebody up to let the world see something, some kind of illusion of a star when there are bona fide stars out there already? No, I'm going to recline in my tub, in my relaxing bubble bath, and when I get out of it, I will be watching the bona fide stars while y'all are breaking your back for years trying to hold up these nothing, nobody folks, like, I guess for to try to brainwash me into thinking that there's some kind of a star. Y'all, mental illness is real, y'all. It's just as real as that phone that some of y'all haven't turned off since the day before yesterday. It's just as real as the sleep that you didn't get last night, okay? Because you're tied up with whatever entity. And y'all just probably like them other folks. Ooh, what we ain't gonna do. Because this person is so much better than you. We gonna work like a slaves on a... we gonna work like slaves on a plantation. And all of them together can't fix that person's hands, their fingers, their arm, or none of that. See how that works? The power of karma. Y'all, karma been good to me. And guess what? If I don't want to go to the credit union today, I can go tomorrow. Okay? I got 2 deposits to make. Not now withdrawal. Okay? Now.